So originally, Bake More Pies was just a marketing and advertising agency. We were trying to figure out ways to make our advertising work harder. We had rented a studio and we had it for a full day, and we had a laptop break, and every time we wanted to shoot, we had to turn the air conditioning off. We decided to look into what it would take to create a studio. That began hours and hours and days of watching YouTube videos on how to put all this together, and actually we built a lot of the studio here just with our bare hands. So one project that we are really proud of how we were able to pull it off, and what really kind of pulls in our production side of the business as well as the studio and how we were able to get things done, was the Warrior Games. They had people come from as far as Australia and the Netherlands, and it was actually the most attended Warrior Games ever, a huge success. They came to us about 10 days before the games were supposed to start, and they said, hey, we need to make this promotion video that's going to open up the games. The lights are going to go down, and this is what's going to play. And we came up with this plan to shoot around downtown Tampa. We actually used a boat to travel from spot to spot downtown, and we're able to hit actually 8 locations in about 7 hours and get all the shots we needed using a boat instead of loading all of our gear into a van and trying to find parking at all the different destinations that we were going. So when we first opened the studio, one of the first things we did is, how do we partner with somebody who's going to create some really exciting content, but also showcase what we can do? And so we thought, heck, we all love music. Let's call the Gasparilla Music Festival. So we got David Coxon here. He's the managing director for Gasparilla Music Festival, and showed him what we were trying to do. And he said, hey man, let's do it. So we actually last year streamed 12 different events of local up-and-coming original music. And that was one of the projects that I was most excited to do. Every single month we had an actual concert in our office. We've had musicians from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Blues Brothers. It's just great. We actually have a baby grand piano here. One of the things that I love most about being a part of a studio is the connection to the entertainment industry and how you can support the arts. When people come in here and they see what our capabilities are, they take a look at the studios and the live switching equipment, and they just get super excited about what's possible. A big part of our culture is community support. A lot of times the people who are doing some of the most important work in the Tampa Bay community, just because they're doing important work doesn't mean they have access to these kinds of resources. I love reaching out to them and working with those important nonprofits and charities and figuring out ways that we can come up with some kind of a win-win. Like, how do we support you and give you some of these resources so that way you can be more effective in telling people about your important causes? Here we are volunteering with Salvation Army. This is Warrior Games. This is the proclamation from the local government. This is a picture of Emmanuel when he was down in Haiti. We actually flew an entire film crew to Haiti for a week. It was a really eye-opening experience, because when you go to Haiti and the State Department says, hey, caution, like, this is a risk going here. You meet with your team and you say, hey guys, like, we understand if this is more than what you want to do, we get it, right? We'll find contractors, whatever. But every one of our crew members said, no, we want to go. We want to make sure we get the right shots because this story is too important to tell. Every time we approach a project, we're always trying to figure out, how can we do this project better? How can we make our workflow more efficient? How can we communicate with our clients? How can we tell this story more powerfully? We get super excited with the challenge of filmmaking and shooting video. There's all the different aspects that you can, encounter. So how is it going to get distributed? Is it on social media? Is it on some kind of a bigger screen? Is it on a cell phone? Is it a square? Is it 360? It doesn't matter. Like, we are so pumped, and our team is so passionate around making video and making films that we just are super excited about what's next. If you come to our studios, you'll see that there's tons of innovation everywhere.
Do you play any music?
No.
We can cut that part out.
Can you count on? Do you count kazoos? Yeah. I can play a mean kazoo.